My name's Charlene Davidson. I am the Executive Director of the Community Foundation and very proud and happy to be your MC for the day. I will start our celebration by acknowledging that we are on the traditional land of the Blackfoot people, and I recognize and respect the Blackfoot people past, present, and future. I want to start with a few housekeeping items. Washrooms are through the door and to your right down the hall. Please turn your cell phones to silent. Everyone receiving a grant this morning will have a moment to share a little bit about their project and what they're working on and what we funded them for. When you receive your grant, we'll have you stand in front of the banner. One of the members from our grants committee or our board will give you your grant. Most of you are getting a plaque. Your check is on the back. I do strongly encourage you to take that check off and put it in a secure place because the tape doesn't always stick to the fabric on the back of the plaque, and we don't want anyone losing their grants. We will take photos. Jordan, our marketing coordinator, will be taking your photo. We will send those to you. That doesn't mean you can't take your own photo, but don't worry if you don't have someone to take a photo for you. If you're going to share them on social media, please do, and please tag us so that we can share them again. A light lunch will follow at the end of the celebration. Please stay if you can. And this is a celebration. Clap, cheer. We know how hard you work to get these grants and how hard you work in your community, so don't be afraid to celebrate that moment. Two other members of my team aren't with us yet. Tara Galanders, who used to be with CASA and Allied Arts Council, and Chris Rodler. They stayed back at the office just in case anyone went there instead of here to send them our way, but perhaps more importantly, they are bringing lunch. I also need to thank our many, many donors. For anyone who doesn't know, our money comes from the generosity of donors. We are not government funded. Our generosity, or our money, comes from donors. And thanks to those donors, we are awarding just over $589,000 today. I might be biased, but our donors are the best. They are the most wonderful, extraordinary people, and every time I talk to any one of them, I just feel so fortunate to have this job and to get to know and work with people like our donors. With that said, though, these are only two of our grants programs. Donors can choose if they want to direct their money or if they want to leave it unrestricted, which is where the grants programs come from. Through their generosity, we have actually awarded $1.3 million into the community of Southwestern Alberta already this year. The grants that we're awarding today come from our Community Priorities Fund and our Rural Life Fund. They also come from various field of interest funds, and I'll get into those as we start handing out the grants. But I need to introduce you to the very important people who read all of your applications. So could you stand Janelle Schmidt, who's from Milk River area? Julian Spear Chief Morris. Oh, please stay standing, because I need to make sure I don't miss any. Mishka Singh. Terry Vogt, I saw you come in. He's already standing at the back. Christy, Arlene, and Anne, who are also on the board. Avis DeCalver, who's kind of at the back. Stand up. Avis used to actually be our auditor, and she loved us so much that when she left the firm, she wanted to be part of us, so she's now on a grants review committee. Who am I missing? I can't see everyone in the room. Roger and Tony. Am I missing anyone who's on one of the review committees? I hope not. These are not the only folks on those committees, but let me tell you about these folks. They come together and sometimes they're reading up to 50 applications. And as you know, there's a lot of information in the applications. We make them as easy as possible, but we need some key data. So they come together, they read those applications, they will Google you, they look into who you are, they're excited to learn more about you. And then they come to the table and they have a conversation, and they have to make hard decisions because we're always oversubscribed. We just don't have enough money. But I think they did a pretty good job this round, don't you? You'll get to meet them again because they'll be the ones who actually hand out your grants. What else do I need to say before we can get going? I want to share with you that this year is our 60th anniversary. Yeah, we're 60. It's our diamond anniversary. And I saw some great folks come in the room, and I want them to stand. So Barb and Eric and Arlene, who's at the back, past board members, because we've always had a board of directors. Stand up. Arlene, wave. Jason. Because we've been doing this work for 60 years now, and it's through folks like this who bring their skills, their expertise, their talent, and a lot of time that have kept us going for 60 years. So thank you, and thank you for being here. I shared with Eric Hillman when he came in, I said, Eric, since we were established in 1966, we have awarded $24 million into the community. Isn't that exciting? The day will soon come when the grants out surpass the endowment fund. So thank you. Okay, I think that we can move into handing out the grants. We're going to start with our Community Priorities Fund, which is comprised of donations that donors have not restricted. So the donors have said to us, you put this money where it needs to go the most, which is why we call it the Community Priorities Fund, to address the greatest priorities of the day. This used to be our largest single granting fund. It's no longer the case. We're going to start, though, with Mishka Singh, who sits on this review committee. If you want to come on up, she will hand out the first batch of grants. Now I just have to switch my papers around. Okay, first up, we have the Allied Arts Council of Lethbridge and the Shakespeare Festival Society, and their project is to elevate the arts. Come on up, Kate. Yes.
Very briefly, I promise. Wow. Thank you so much to the Community Foundation, and especially, of course, to Charlene and to Caitlin and to all the board members and the selectors. We are so grateful for this grant. Most of the work has been done by Sharon Peet, who just stepped up with me briefly but didn't want to speak on this. So I really would like to acknowledge all the work she did in preparing our application. And thank you so much for that. It was really vital for us. Last year, some of you may have heard, Lethbridge Shakespeare Performance Society, which I should correct is our official name, but I like the other one as well. But we are actually Lethbridge Shakespeare Performance Society, and we have been going for 15 years, and this year we will be presenting King Lear, 15 performances of King Lear in various locations around the city, including here at Casa and in the Galt Gardens, and it will be directed by Professor Shelley Scott. But last year, sadly, we had an unfortunate episode early in our run of Love's Labour's Lost, where about half of all our beautiful costumes, which are all handmade by our brilliant costume designer, Amanda Epp, were stolen from the back of someone's car. So we never found any of them. I think the thief who'd taken them at night, they were in these bags, thought they were new clothes and they'd have a resale value. Of course, they'd had hundreds of hours of work go into them, but they didn't actually have much value on the street. So it was a big loss for us, and a major part of our grant this year will cover replacement of those costumes. So there'll be lots of fabrics for our kingly and queenly costumes in particular. There will also be stage boots and swords, which we use quite a lot, and a new change tent, because our change tent for actors is falling apart. So once again, from Lethbridge Shakespeare Performance Society, thank you on behalf of all our board and all our young actors who so appreciate this help that you have given us. Thank you again.
Kate, I know it's not Shakespeare, but maybe you could do The Emperor in the New Clothes. Jordan said the best presentations, you should just wing it. So, okay, I will put on my glasses so I don't mix up other names. Sorry about that, Kate. Next up, we have the Canadian Grain Elevator Discovery Center for the floor stabilization.
Hi, everyone. I'm a little caught off guard with having to give a little spiel. The Canadian Grain Elevators in Nanton is a registered historic site, and we applied for this grant in order to do some of the work that needs to be done inside the one elevator. We work closely with engineers when it comes to some of the work we need to do. And this one is for the one leg of the elevator where we identified with the engineer that the floor was possibly sinking and some of the supports aren't as good as they should be. So we're going to undertake that work with adding new supports, reinforcing the supports we currently have, and adding some glass viewports so that the visitors can see the elevators better. We like to keep the upgrades going in our community because it means tourists coming in, and they are really excited to be able to see that part. Right now, we have them closed off because of the unstableness of that area. So we appreciate very much from the Community Foundation providing us with this grant so that we can move forward with this work as soon as possible before we open for the summer. Thank you once again.
We spent a bit of time out at the elevators last summer. If you haven't been there, they're pretty cool. Icons of the prairie. Anyways, next up we have the Cardston and District Public Library Board for library furniture. I think I need to have some lessons at the Shakespeare thing because I wrote stuff down. We just want to thank the Community Foundation for considering us for this. It is going to support our project of creating safe and inclusive spaces in the library. What may seem like simple furniture updates makes a real difference in how our library is experienced every single day. Much of our current fabric furniture is 20 years old and is almost impossible to clean and sanitize. And we want everyone to feel welcome and safe. So this renewal is important not only for the well-being of our staff and for our patrons, but to create that welcoming, inclusive space where everyone can feel welcome and safe in the library. So we just want to thank the Community Foundation for that. Thank you. Mishka, this is your last one. And Oh, sorry, actually, I was wrong. You have 2 more. So Cardston County Leavitt Community Association for an outdoor pavilion cook shack.
I am really unprepared. I did not prepare anything to speak, but I want to thank everybody that was able to read our grant application for the building. I don't know if many of you know where Leavitt is. If you blink, you will miss it, but we're just outside of Waterton Park, and it's a very small, tight-knit community. It's multi-generational, and we have a very unique, quaint log house that was built by all the members of the community and has been added on to over the years. We do host many family reunions. You can book the space through the Leavitt Community Association and use it for a weekend if you want to dry camp. And so the pavilion that we're hoping or going to build on the grounds can be used for when the weather does not always cooperate with the family weekend. So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks.
All right, next up we have the Cardston Handy Bus Association for a handy bus purchase.
Our president of our association couldn't be here. He sent the flunkies instead, but he told me specifically to really thank the staff for their help and for the board members who accepted our application and voted for us to get the grant. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
All right, next up we have Julian to present, and then the Claresholm Animal Rescue Society for a new floor. I don't think anyone's here, Julian. Maybe you get the money? Oh, sorry. Oh. Sorry, Julian, they're here. Okay, accepting on their behalf is the Honorable Mayor.
CARES is our animal shelter. It's been a part of Claresholm for as long as I can remember, and they do tremendous work. They house and look after so many cats and dogs. It amazes me.
So with the Community Priorities Fund, we also award several Field of Interest funds. Field of Interest funds are funds that donors have set up that are specific to areas that are really special to them, such as animal welfare or youth, seniors, but it can also be for a geographical region. So Claresholm has a very large Field of Interest fund that a donor set up. And so if you ever look at our numbers, Claresholm gets a lot of money because somebody has set that fund up. Vulcan also has a fund. Warner County has a fund. My vision, my dream is for every community in our region to have a fund. So thank you. Okay, next up. Closer to Home Community Services Society to flourish and nourish the Coaldale Kitchen renovation.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jody Hugwerf, and I'm the program manager for our children's group home in Coaldale. We are very blessed to be in the community of Coaldale, and one of the things that we teach our children as they live with us is to be good stewards in the community. And one thing you've done today is actually help us to reinforce that community really is the foundation of where we belong and how we create relationships and what keeps us safe. We've been lucky enough to be in Southern Alberta for 2 years. We're long-standing and established in Calgary, but we get to come home. I am a Southern Alberta girl myself. I live in High River, but I get to drive through Nanton every week when I go home, and thank you for keeping those elevators lit up at night. When I drive home, they make me so happy. Every season, every change, I just really appreciate things in Southern Alberta, and so I want to thank you all today. Your money is going to support our children in an upgrade in our kitchen, in our group home. Life skills are so important for our kids, and whether they are able to return home to family and be a part of their family or learn the skills they need to be the head of their own family one day, the kitchen is the heart of the home, and it is where kids grow and learn. And so thanks to you all today. They will learn how to cook and how to do it safely. So thank you.
Next, we have the Crow's Nest Pass Food Bank Society.
Thank you. I did prepare something because English is my second language and I tend to forget words. On behalf of the Crow's Nest Pass Food Bank Society, I want to express our thank you to the Community Foundation for supporting our community garden irrigation project. Your generosity is helping us to grow far more than produce. Our garden helps us grow connection, learning, and community. We have 25 garden beds and 2 greenhouses. They're all taken care of by different groups like Pigs to Pine, which is our retirement home, AHS groups, grade 5 students from our elementary school, and by families and also newcomers. They're looking for ways to connect and to give back to our community. So with our reliable irrigation system, the beds and greenhouses will just produce more fresh and produce for our clients that we serve in our community. But we also be able to support all of our volunteers that work every day to grow food for the families in need in our community. So thank you so much.
As you can see, we have quite a variety that we fund across the region. Always some fascinating projects. Next up, Friends Society of the Galt Museum and Archives. This is a really cool, not that yours aren't cool, but this is a unique opportunity. It's the rematriation of cultural objects from Kainai Nation that will be on permanent loan at the Galt Museum. So Glenn or Vic, whoever's coming on up.
Thank you, Charlene, for stealing all my words that I was going to say, but that's okay. Okay, that's a little better. So on behalf of the Friends of the Galt, and I would really like to thank the Community Future Community Foundation. I was on the Community Futures. That just rolls off naturally for the grant. And as Charlene has said, this is kind of a unique sort of a project. The Friends of the Galt, along with the Galt Museum, are developing an internationally relevant pilot model for community access to ancestral belongings, demonstrated through securing a long-term loan of the Little Shields family dance or grass dance whip and powder horns from the British Museum. So we're dealing with the British Museum to bring some of these long-term artifacts to different museums so that the public can access them and can view them. And that's really an exciting model that we're dealing with. And so as a demonstration of this model, we are working to secure a long-term loan of the family's artifacts, which are in long-term storage at the British Museum, inaccessible to the public. And as you know, that when you start dealing with international kinds of things, there are a lot of hoops and things like that that you have to go through. And that all costs money for some reason. And so then we are really grateful for the funding that the Community Foundation has provided for us so that we can continue this and work with the Galt to bring those into public view. Now, I also need to say that I think the Galt seems to be a really good breeding ground for Community Foundation personnel, because you've stolen Chris Rodler from us, and Avis is on the board, and she was on the Galt, and there were some others. So, it's good to have this flavor of internationalism right here in our own community. So thank you very much once again for the grant.
Really, Vic? Really? Let me just bring this back down to level. Holy smokes. I was actually on the Galt board myself once upon a time, many, many years ago. And let's just say that, the Community Foundation rocks. All right, Julian, this is your last one. Next up, we have the Great Canadian Plains Railway Society for their new windows.
Hi, I'm Terry. The very quick lady there was Carolyn. I'm the president of the Galt, or where am I? The Great Canadian Plains Railroad Society. Our aim is to tell the railroad story of Southern Alberta, mostly through the Galt. Mr. Galt, Alexander Galt, he was quite a key. He has the same problem we have now. He couldn't get a good price for his coal, so he built his own railroad down to the States, to Great Falls. We operate the Galt Historic Railway Park just north of Stirling. And our little gem of the park is the Coots Sweetgrass Railroad Station. This money will be going towards more windows. The building was built in 1890. Some of the windows are pretty drafty. They're the old style. You can see the wooden pegs that are holding everything together, so it's time to retire the windows. I'd like to thank everybody in the Community Foundation. Thank you.
Roger, if you want to come up. Thank you. All right, next up we have the Holy Spirit School Division for the Catholic Central High School, and this is for timpani instrument replacement.
Good morning. My name is Erin Richards, and I am the concert band instructor at Catholic Central High School. On behalf of the Holy Spirit Roman Catholic School Division, I would like to thank the Community Foundation of Lethbridge in Southwestern Alberta for their generous grant. This money will be going towards replacing our aged, and very decrepit timpani, which, if you don't know what they are barrel-sized pitched steel drums that are used in a concert band, and so this money will go towards replacing some of them. And so thank you so much for continuing to support the fine arts and continuing to support our youth.
Next up, we have Kainai Food Bank Society, Nourishing Our Community Project. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like we didn't have anyone join us today. We will make sure they will receive that grant. We don't keep it. All right, next up we have Lethbridge School Division, Wilson Middle School for Percussion Ensemble Initiative.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Bootsman, and I am a parent of a student at Wilson Middle School Band. Erin George Samuel, the Wilson Middle School Band Director and applicant for the grant, is currently on a band trip with her grade 8s and unable to be here today. On behalf of Wilson Middle School Band, we'd like to thank the Lethbridge Community Foundation for their generosity in awarding us this grant. This grant money will be put towards the Percussion Ensemble Initiative, which will allow Wilson Middle School to replace some well-loved percussion equipment, as well as add some new equipment to their inventory. This additional equipment will be used in the formation of a new exploratory option class, which will be offered next year, called Percussion Ensemble. In the Percussion Ensemble, students will learn how to play percussion instruments as well as perform pieces using only instruments from the percussion section. In addition to the formation of this new ensemble, the additional percussion equipment will also contribute enriching the percussion section of the school's existing band ensembles, including concert band, jazz band, the pit orchestra, and the pep band. Thank you again to the Lethbridge Community Foundation for providing us with the opportunity to offer these new experiences to the students of Wilson Middle School.
Next up, we have Lethbridge Senior Citizens Organization for their diner equipment enhancement project.
Ooh, it's heavier than I thought. My name is Caitlin Weaver, and I'm the Executive Director of the LSCO. Thank you so much to Charlene and her team at the Community Foundation. They are, in my heart, because I did work there a little while, well, many years ago now. So yeah, thank you so much. This is going to a commercial steamer in our diner, which, if you didn't know, the LSCO diner is open to the public, and it is delicious, so you should come visit. The steamer is going to help us make bulk food for Meals on Wheels and the rest of the folks who eat there, and it helps keep the nutrition of the food within it instead of boiling it out of it. So thank you so much, and yeah, this is such an amazing group of community and charities, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
I just need to do a shout out because Caitlin just won a YWCA Women of Distinction Award. This will be your last one, Roger. It's the MD of Willow Creek for the Granham Library, bringing down the heat.
So these are just some of our board members. Oh, I'm going to make it high again. A little higher. Okinapi. Organizations like the Foundation allow small communities to thrive. We can't do it without you. The money that we're using is going to be used to renovate the library, which has been a long time in coming. We have a furnace to replace, air conditioner to replace, lights, and it's part of a continuing effort. Because in small communities, certainly, libraries are not book repositories. They're places for people to congregate, to meet in a safe, healthy environment. Thank you.
Thank you for that, because our mission is literally to help Southwestern Alberta communities thrive through generosity. All right, next up we have Ann Stivic. You will be awarding to the New West Theatre Society for their education space upgrade.
That's right, it's a celebration.
Oh, the mic seems to be a challenge for everybody today. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Sherry Becker. I'm the Executive Director of New West Theatre. And first off, I wanted to thank everybody at the Community Foundation, Charlene and Caitlin, and all of the committee members who took the time to review the applications. We really appreciate your time. Because of your investment, we are able to transform a newly acquired black box studio space into a vibrant and welcoming space for youth theater education, artistic exploration, and community connection. If you're involved in the performing arts in Lethbridge, you know that space is a challenge in this city, and so New West Theatre acquired a black box studio space, it was an empty space, and our ongoing renovations of that space. The renovations and lighting upgrades will not only enhance the experience for our students and audiences, but also create opportunities for local community groups to gather, create, and collaborate. At New West Theatre, we believe the arts have the power to build confidence, foster belonging, and strengthen our community. Your support helps make this possible for countless young people and families across Southern Alberta. On behalf of our staff, our artists, our volunteers, our board members, and community partners, thank you for believing in our mission and helping us bring it to life.
Gosh, we have some great things going on in this community, don't we? Next up, we have Nordbridge Senior Citizens Association for their website upgrade.
Hello, everyone. This is heavier than I thought. My name is Ashley. I'm the Director of Programming at Nordbridge Senior Center. So I wanted to thank the Community Foundation Selection Committee for taking the time, Charlene as well, and Caitlin too. So we really appreciate the time. For those of you that don't know what Nordbridge Senior Center is, we are a recreational facility for seniors 55 and older, and we offer everything from art and fitness to mental health and wellness, and even and virtual cooking classes. So this grant, we are going to be using it towards our 15-year-old website. It's basically getting harder for the public to navigate, and with the increase in online registrants for programs over the last 6 years, we've seen quite a big increase. It's greatly needed to keep up with the demand. So now that, of course, we've received the funding for a new website, we will directly benefit our 1,680 members and counting, along with hundreds, if not thousands, of additional community members who access our services or seek recreational opportunities and support resources for aging parents and relatives in the community. This new website will be easier to navigate, locating the recreation calendar, super important to know what's going on there. The monthly newsletter, online registration forms for programs, as well as referrals from community initiatives such as the Integrated Coordinated Access, or ICA, which will continue to support and connect seniors and families with appropriate community resources and supports throughout all of Lethbridge and Southern Alberta. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Next up, Old Man Watershed Council for a technology upgrade.
I have notes, but they're not on paper, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. So thank you so much to the Community Foundation and staff and donors, of course. This grant will help the Old Man Watershed Council update essential technology for our staff. And there are many visible and exciting parts about being watershed stewards. And it's so important to have modern and reliable technology to do our work. It helps our team stay connected across the watershed so that we can coordinate projects more efficiently, so that we can share trusted watershed information, and we can educate future watershed stewards who will help care for water and land in Southern Alberta. So with this support, we can spend more time focused on the work itself, supporting communities, strengthening the watershed, advancing the shared work of caring for the people, the places, and the waters of the Old Man Watershed. So we're very grateful for this investment in our organization's capacity. It helps us contribute more effectively to the long-term health of the watershed and water security in Southern Alberta. So thank you again for your support of Old Man Watershed Council and the watershed that we share.
Next up, we have Opakossan Early Intervention Society for an Inclusive Equipment Enhancement Initiative.
Oki, Atomic Skanatani. Nistukok Kutanaki. Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Jocelyn Davis. I'm the Executive Director at Opakossan Early Intervention Society. And on behalf of Opakossan, I just wanted to thank Community Foundation, all the staff, the donors, everyone that was involved in this process, decision making. This is something that is going to go towards our childcare program, so our inclusive education program. So that's something that we've really seen over the recent years is there's been an increase in behavioral supports, and that's something that we've been struggling with, and it's been a really strong challenge for us. So this is going to go a long way in our developing our program, our inclusive education, so that when our bukaks, our little kids, our little ones, when they leave Opakossan from Head Start and kindergarten, our after-school program, they're going to have those strategies in place that when they get to the big schools, they're going to be ready for it. So, thank you.
Earlier this spring, Caitlin, Christy, and I had the great honor of going to Opakoson's powwow, and oh my goodness, it was fantastic. Thank you, Jocelyn. Okay, and this is your last one. This one is Palliser Regional School Division, John Davidson School for the Kate Andrews Education Center Playground.
Thank you very much, Charlene, Jordan, the staff, everyone involved with Community Foundation. With Palliser School Division in the last few years, there's been some reconfiguration of students moving to different sites, a brand new school, the Coaldale Prairie Wind School, and that had our Low German Mennonite program at John Davidson shift to a new venue that had been previously housing high school students, which comes with no playground. And we have preschool to grade 12 students in our building, and this generosity, previous generosity as well from Community Foundation is tremendously appreciated by everyone a part of our school community, and our new playground, the Build Week is set for June 22nd, so just around the corner. We're very excited, and thank you.
We have to start setting height limits on grant recipients, I think. Okay, I'm going to call up Avis. And your first grant will go to Pincher Creek Community Center Hall Society for Accessible Doors.
Good morning, everyone. As president of the Pincher Creek Community Center Hall Society, I want to thank the foundation for their generous supports in the past, as well as this very generous grant of $15,000 to go toward accessible doors for our old hall. It's, you know, we keep it in pretty good shape, but it's pretty hard to cover off all of the things that a 55-year-old building presents us all the time. So thank you. Charlene alluded to oversubscribe, and as a longtime member of the town council of Pincher Creek, as a member of opposite our MD of Pincher Creek brethren, we have a joint funding that we do for groups and organizations there. And I know how difficult it is to make the decisions of who gets a grant, who doesn't, and they're all very worthy causes, and we're very, very thankful for that. So thank you.
I agree they are all really worthy causes, but I will fully disclose that neither Caitlin nor I get a vote. It all comes down to the committee, so thanks to the committee. Next up, Pincher Creek Humane Society Community Agility Dog Run Project.
I'm short. My name is Chrissy. I'm with the Pincher Creek Humane Society. I kind of co-manage it with another one of, she's still at the shelter holding down the fort. It's Kelly Lapine. She was our president, and we had Fred White and Joyce Yes. Sorry, I'm really tired. We had 8 probably 4-day-old puppies dropped off with no mama yesterday. So they came home to my house and lived in my laundry room, and I've been up many times through the night bottle feeding, and I didn't know I'd have to talk. This grant, we're super grateful for it. This project has been at least 2 years in the making. We're really excited to break ground this in the next few weeks. We've been pushing at that, and so it's our community agility run, and we have a very large yard, which we're very lucky for. But currently, we can only have 1 dog out there at a time, and there's not a whole lot of enrichment out there. So we're always looking for ways to increase the enrichment available to the dogs in our shelter, but also for the dogs that we have out in the community, whether they came from us. And we are very lucky that, oh man, we adopt out so many in the last 2 years alone. I think we've had over 300 dogs through our facility in one way or another, and we have 10 kennels. So yeah, we're really excited. It's just going to be a really great opportunity to have owners work with their dogs, those relationships build, and we have better dogs, better neighbors for it. And so, yeah, we've received previous grants as well for our community dog wash, and that has been amazing. We get so many compliments about it, and it's really great for us too when we have dogs coming in that, like, where did you come from and what did you run into before you came to us? So, yeah. Yeah, I think I've blabbered enough, and thank you.
Next, we have the Prairie Tractor and Engine Museum Society for their washrooms.
Oh, just about right. Thanks to the Community Foundation. That was very nice of you. I'm glad we were one of the ones that they picked. Our association has been going now for 44 years. We are 2 miles basically south of Pitcher Butte on 843 highway. It's a dead-end road, but anybody can find it, and I hope anybody that's interested in museums, and now we've turned into a village, pioneer village. It's called Coyote Flats, because that is the original area, name of the area there. And we have 28 different buildings there, and gosh, I could go on and on of what's going on there, but we have one big community center that we rent out for different occasions, weddings and occasions like that. And as you grow, you need more facilities. So our grant today is going to more washrooms. We purchased some actually brand new outside washrooms that we can connect right next to our buildings and facilitate a lot more people. And so we're definitely grateful for the grant, and it won't quite cover it, but it darn well helps. And anyway, I could go on and on because I'm really enthusiastic about the place. It's, oh, God, I can't lose that. But anyway, I hope anybody that hasn't been there, take a short drive, and we're only a half an hour from Lethbridge, and everybody's welcome. And I'm sure you'll enjoy yourselves. Thank you. Thanks again.
I did warn you that the tape doesn't like the back of those plaques. Next up, we have Stavely Community Center for a kitchen, flooring, and countertop replacement.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the foundation for considering our application. This funds will go towards new flooring and new countertops for our community center, which are greatly needed, and thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Next up, Tabor Food Bank Society, technology upgrades.
Good morning. My name is Naomi Weave from the Tabor Food Bank Society. This will go towards our technology upgrade. So as a food bank, like food banks across the province, we don't receive any ongoing guaranteed funding. So we try our best to allocate our funding towards our programs. We have multiple programs, but one of them is our Pick Shelf program. And that one alone, we have seen the usage double over the last 3 years, which puts a strain on our staff and all of our resources. This will help our staff to be more efficient in serving all of our clientele, especially those who have transportation barriers and need to get in and out of our organization efficiently. So I would like to thank the staff and board of directors who keep the Community Foundation running efficiently, all of the selectors, and all of the donors who support these programs. Thank you.
Okay, Avis, this is your last grant for the Last Chance Cat Ranch. Did you see what I did there? This one is for, replacement of crates, tables, and kennels.
Perfect. So thank you very much for having us here today, and thank you for the Community Foundation for a wonderful celebration today. My name is Nicole, and I'm a volunteer with the Last Chance Cat Ranch. We are the largest cat rescue south of Calgary, and we are a nonprofit, volunteer-driven foundation that runs solely on donations and fundraising. The majority of our funds raised goes to saving our cats. It provides life-saving treatments, veterinarian care, spays and neuters, and overhead really to keep a roof over our head. And after that, there's not a lot left over. So a grant like this really allows us to upgrade our equipment and put new crating systems in place that will allow families from our colonies, moms and kittens, to stay together during the integration and rehabilitation process. We are so grateful for this. So from all the kitties and all our volunteers, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you had me at kitties. Can I just say, people, spay and neuter your pets. Okay, next we want to call up Tracy Zappone. You will be presenting to the Southern Alberta Self-Help Association for recreation space renovation.
Thanks to the Community Foundation, Sasha is able to make use of an old garage behind one of our homes. We support clients residentially that have mental health struggles. So we're going to use this space to provide extra program and rec space for the clients. We discovered not too long ago that it's already insulated, it's really old, and it's got windows in it, and I don't know if it was used when it was first built as a back house or something. It's pretty cute, and we're really excited, so thank you.
Okay, that feels better. Next, we have the Town of Coaldale Public Library for the roller skate and rollerblade lending library.
My name is Kendra Burse. I'm the head librarian at the Coaldale Public Library, and I'd just like to sincerely thank you for your generous support. So our library, 2 years ago, we started an ice skate lending library, and it's been so wonderful for the community, and kids, families, adults come in, they borrow skates, and then they go and use it at the outdoor skating rink that's right next to us. And we just thought, how wonderful would it be if we could continue this into the spring, summer, and fall months. So thank you so much that we get to expand into roller skates and rollerblades, and we get to create this really accessible project for the community. So thank you so much.
Also, the town of Coaldale for the Project Playground Coaldale East, which is a new sport court.
So the mission of Project Playground is to enhance fun outdoor activity for members of our community. This current project is to redo a sports field and to build a multi-sport court and add accessible sidewalk and amenities. It brings us great joy to do these things out of love for God and our neighbor, and we're very thankful to the Community Foundation to make projects like ours and everyone here possible. Thank you very much.
All right, Town of McGrath, Garden City Senior Citizens Association for an accessible door upgrade.
Hi, I'm Blake, president of the McGrath Seniors. If your picture doesn't come out real clear, it's because I'm vibrating. On behalf of the McGrath Seniors, I just want to express our heartfelt and sincere gratitude to everybody on the Community Foundation, for donors and everybody. You're amazing people. Charlene, Caitlin, you're amazing to work with. You're the face of the foundation, and I can't express enough gratitude. So our project, we're a little town, McGrath. Our seniors has grown from 60 members to 120 members in the last 6 months. We now offer 30 hours of scheduled programming every week. Those programs include yoga, Tai Chi, cards, pool, weightlifting, and on and on. Last year, in the last 8 months, we've had 7,000 touch points. That means that 7,000 people have came into the seniors and enjoyed some of the programs that we offer. You can imagine 7,000 people coming into a 45-year-old building with a door that's 30 inches wide, and the hinges squeak when you come in. This grant is going to allow us to replace the door with a handicap or wheelchair accessible door, and make those that are a little bit less fortunate have the dignity and the welcomeness, and we love our seniors, and we love the Community Foundation. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Accessibility is very important to us, as are animals, as you've seen today. Next up, we have Town of Tabor Golf Disc Association. They're doing the back nine here. I guess they're already out golfing. All right, sorry. Next up, we will have Village of Cowley, Cowley and District Community Hall. And this is for a kitchen renovation.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm Vice President of the Cowley Hall. I don't like to talk. So I'd like to thank the Community Futures for this Community Foundation. This is going to go really far in giving us a new kitchen that is so very old. And I don't know what else to say, but thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
How many of you have seen the Cowley dinosaur on the highway? Excellent. That was a Community Foundation grant. We are so proud to be able to support your projects because we know how much they matter to you and to your community. So thank you for all of your kind words. Next, I want to call up Terry. And your first grant will be to the Village of Lomond, sorry.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Mackenzie. On behalf of the Village of Lomond, we would like to greatly thank Community Foundations for this award. As many of you know, the community center in Lomond has been gone for 7 years now, and the community itself is a very sports-orientated community. It's growing, thankfully, and so with this award, we are going to give back to the community and to the people and give them a safe place for health and wellness. So we're hoping in the future here that there will be a gym, 24-hour accessible for all the people in Lomond. So thank you.
Next, we have Vulcan Regional Food Bank Society for an accessibility project, because again, accessibility is very important.
Hello. So we're from Vulcan. I am Dawn, and I'm the director at the Food Bank and the FCSS. Vulcan actually has a really high percentage of seniors. We're over 42%, and also a very high rate of low-income residents, which is also over 40%. So we have about 700 interactions that we document each month. So we have a lot of people coming through the doors, phoning, this grant is actually for a wheelchair accessible door, so we'll be able to be more inclusive and welcoming in our space. We also want to thank the Community Foundation. They've been huge supporters of food banks in Lethbridge and Southwestern Alberta, and that is making a huge impact across all of our province. So thank you so much.
Next up, Woods Homes for a courtyard renovation.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am the program manager for community group care programs at Woods, and I just want to thank the Community Foundation for this grant. This is going to go a long way to revitalize our courtyard that is between our two group homes, so we can provide some meaningful social recreation to our young people that we serve. Thank you.
All right, this is the last community priorities grant of the day, but not the last grant. So, YWCA of Lethbridge and District for creating Calm, a sensory space for children and families.
So I'd like to thank the Community Foundation on behalf of the YWCA. My name is Shannon. I'm the Child Trauma Informed Specialist with the YWCA Lethbridge. Last year, our Harbor House program for women and children fleeing domestic violence supported roughly 275 women and children. In the past year, we've added a new program, HOPE, to support, offer longer-term supports for women and children. Between these two programs, we've supported roughly 100 children in the last program, or last year alone. The funds from this grant will be used to create a sensory play space for all of these families. This space will provide families with opportunities to engage in sensory activities that support nervous system regulation, emotional regulation, and grounding, which will enable our families to have improved well-being and greater stability in the long term. Thank you. Thank you.
So as I said earlier, this is our 60th anniversary, and we were trying to come up with how we could really celebrate that in such a large region. And how could we be inclusive? And then we thought, well, wait a minute, what if the community had celebrations? And then we just went to all of those celebrations. So we launched our very first events funding program, which came with a whole set of challenges we did not foresee. We had 10 grants of $6,000 available and received a lot of applications for some really great projects. Critical, though, was they had to be free and accessible for the whole community. So we had a special committee that was struck to decide which of these applications to recommend. Because we have a large field of interest fund in Claresholm, we were able to do 11 grants instead of just 10. So we are going to go with our Diamond Anniversary grants now. These are not getting a plaque, and the reason for that is it's a celebration where you're going to put the plaque, but you're still getting the check. So all the information for these events will be on our website, because these are some fantastic events and they're free across our community. The first one starts June 1st, the last one is at the end of November. So there's quite a variety and they're pretty much spread out across the region. So let's get started on those and call up Sandra to hand out the first batch. And that is for the Allied Arts Council and the Lethbridge Electronic Musical Festival.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me. Firstly, I just want to thank the Community Foundation of Lethbridge and Southern Alberta for 60 years of generosity and believing in our little festival that could. I also want to send a shout out to everyone at Allied Art Council, in particular Stephen Ford, who actually put us on to the grant and has been a big supporter of ours for a number of years. It gets harder and harder every year to pull an event like LEMF off in this economy, so we're truly appreciative to have people that continue to believe in us and our vision. We actually had a grant pulled from us last minute this year, so when I got the call from the foundation Friday, kind of had to pull the car over and do a little happy dance outside the car, because it quite literally saved the day. For those that don't know, we were founded in 2012 by the Baseworks DJ Collective here, and with the support of the Reimagine grant from the city and our own fundraising, we put on our first festival at Galt Gardens. Each year our event features an interactive kids zone, artisan market, beer gardens, live art, food trucks, and of course 12 hours of free music with local and international artists. We're a nonprofit society whose goal is to bring dance music to those who may not get the chance to experience it in a festival setting while keeping it free in a family-friendly, all-ages environment. Lastly, I just want to say the main reason we're still doing this is the belief that the community has in us, and we're eternally grateful for that. We're a big believer that strong communities will get us through the tough times that we face as a society. Bridging gaps and creating space for those who aren't able to have a voice of their own is stronger than you can imagine. It's really important in these times to gather and collectively share in something positive to create community. So thank you again for believing in our event.
Next, also through the Allied Arts Council, is the Lethbridge Folk Club for Porch Fest.
I'll leave it the way it is. I'm good. Oh, thank you so much. So thank you so much. I'd like to express our thanks to the Lethbridge Community Foundation for awarding this grant to us. And I'd also like to thank the Allied Arts Council for co-sponsoring us in this award. Most importantly, I'd like to thank all of you for supporting live music in Lethbridge and the area. Give yourself a round of applause. So Porch Fest is a one-day, 9-hour music festival, and we're going to be holding it as our inaugural event this year in the London Road area. So I'd like to thank the London Road Neighborhood Association for being such a wonderful and enthusiastic supporter of this first event. Imagine going to a 9-hour festival where you walk around the neighborhood and visit and listen to music on 6 different porches, each an hour-long concert with 6 different bands, and then finally end up in the community central park of Kinsman Park for a grand finale. That's what we'll be doing. It's on August 29th. It coincides with the Play Music on the Porch Day, which is an annual event. And we're so thankful for the Community Foundation's help on this, and we're looking forward to seeing you all there on August 29th, where you'll be listening to Veronica Rain, the Smoke and Told Revival, Allie Williams, Sarah Lillian, Winnie Brave, Tanner James, the Celtic Roots Light, and Joshua Beebe and the Forest Orchestra. So I hope you'll all be there. Thanks very much.
Next, we have MD of Willow Creek and Granham Canada Day Committee.
Hamlet of Granham, not very big, but the show we put on in the summer is July 1st. If you haven't been there for July 1st, shame on you. We've actually, this committee has changed over time, but some of us started about 8-9 years ago, and our goal was to become the biggest Canada Day celebration fireworks show in southern Alberta, and we are. And it's a committee of 6, but how we win is we work with every other organization in the community, and everybody takes up a piece of this event, and you get to watch the fireworks sitting on the driving range of our little golf course, and the fireworks are right there. And it's full of, that driving range is absolutely packed with children and families and adults, and even the seniors toddle out there. And it's well attended, and we're the regional fireworks, because Fort McLeod and Claresholm also work with us. They plan their events that day to end in time for people to come and enjoy the fireworks, and sometimes they watch them from their back door. So this year, we're working with the historical board. Linda is our big promoter, but Wendy is part of the historical board as well, or has been for a long time. And we have a time capsule that's being opened from when it was done as a millennial project. And so we decided, oh, that's a new event. And so we are doing all kinds of things around that. Linda has managed to organize a powwow group that's going to come in. We have horse and wagon rides. We have a pancake breakfast in the morning. We have a car show in the morning. We have kids' activities in the afternoon. There's going to be a whole vendors display action going on. And then the parade and the fireworks and a supper and on and on. It's going to be a full day, and you really need to come out and see how a small town can pull that together. Thank you very much. We appreciate everything the Community Foundation has done for our community over the years. Thank you.
Next, we have Town of Cardston, Moses Lake, Cardston, and Cardston County will be hosting a powwow.
It's always safe to start with a Mike joke, I think, is what I've learned. My dad's name is actually Mike, and whenever he gets up to speak at something, he goes, "Hey, I'm Mike. I've never met a Mike I didn't like," and he does like to public speak. That's good for him. Okay, so my name is Hannah, and I am a municipal clerk at the town office in Cardston. I'm actually just covering a maternity leave, so I got tasked with looking into this diamond grant with the Community Foundation, and we host a few events annually in Cardston, and the one that we felt that we wanted to apply this grant for was our Moses Lake, Cardston and County Powwow, which has been going on since 2008. So 18, 19 years. I've lived in Cardston for 30 years, and my first powwow experience was probably 20, how old am I? It was probably 20 years ago. My family owned a fry truck. And so we brought our fry truck to the powwow, and show of hands, who has been to a powwow? Oh, not bad. Not bad. Okay, if you haven't, this is one of the most beautiful experiences you can participate in. It's a little bit sacred, and it's very beautiful. And so you're invited July 15th to Cardston for our Moses Lake, Cardston and County Powwow. And my brain, turn on. On behalf of the mayor of Cardston and our town council and our community and the powwow board, we obviously really want to thank the community foundations and the committee. I can't imagine the task of reading all of the grants and then having to select. It's an honor to have been selected, and I want to congratulate everybody else here who made it. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, let's call up Kayla Plostiner. Your first grant will be for the town of Claresholm for Fair Days.
This is so exciting. I feel like I'm like your biggest fan, every single one of you now. I want to go home and like look up all your communities and follow you along. This is awesome. For a municipality, we don't often get to apply for grants like this, and so this is really exciting to be able to apply because we often don't get to have funding. Now, that doesn't mean that our municipalities aren't struggling financially, and there's a lot of things that we have to pay for. And so when we had the opportunity to apply for this, it was like so exciting. And we had a lot of people send in letters of support, which was just so overwhelming to see how excited people were for us to apply for this, and then to get it was really exciting. So on behalf of our community and for our town council and our mayor and our people that live in our community, thank you so much to the Community Foundation. This is just so exciting for us. In the past few years, we've watched Fair Days become something really special. What was a local celebration has grown into a destination for families looking for fun, meaningful summer getaway that they can actually afford. And for us, we have always felt like the strain that our communities and our businesses have felt from donations. When you live in a small municipality, they're always getting hit for sports things and fundraising, and they're constantly getting asked. And they're trying their hardest just to stay above water. And so we as town council and me as the engagement coordinator for the town decided we weren't going to ask people for donations anymore for small businesses. And that really puts a strain on trying to plan a 4-day event like Fair Days. And so this money is going to support us in a huge way. Fair Days has been more about than just the entertainment. It's been about community. We create a space with service groups, volunteers, businesses, organizations. They all come together for one purpose, and that is to give families a place to gather, connect, and to enjoy each other. This year, with raising costs that are affecting so many, we have always felt like we really wanted to keep it affordable. We don't charge anything. And this year, we'll have over 50 things going on over 4 days. And so that includes candy parades, pony rides, drift demos, beer gardens. I know that's not free. Sorry, let me put that out there. Don't come to expect free beer. But and just there's so many different things. There's like the bouncy houses, and there's live entertainment and the rodeo, and we have a bench show that's been running the longest in Alberta, over 100 years. And so that just allows everyone to come, and with our immigrant families that we have with our SIP and Claresholm, we have a lot of different people that can afford different things, and we never want anyone to feel like they can't come experience a small town Canada experience just because they're different, or just because they can't afford it, or just because they're means. And so we're really, really excited. So I cannot thank you enough. This just makes me so happy to go home and plan all our exciting things that we get to do with this money. So please come out to Fair Days. I promise you, you'll have the most amazing experience. It truly is a family holiday that you can come and leave with so many amazing memories and a great community, and best of all, with money in your pocket still. So thank you so much.
Next, we have the town of Fort Macleod and Fort Macleod and District Chamber of Commerce Society for their Winter Festival.
Hello, my name is Rachel Knutson. I'm the Executive Director of the Fort McLeod District Chamber of Commerce, and on behalf of the Chamber and the town of Fort McLeod, we express our gratitude to the Community Foundation for this grant funding. Traditionally, the last weekend in November is a huge holiday kickoff celebration in Fort McLeod, and Friday night, we've had Moonlight Madness in the past, and it's just where businesses stay open and we have a few activities. And the Saturday is a huge Santa Claus parade. Last year we had a lot of people come, but there wasn't a lot that we offered them, besides we couldn't offer them. Resources were tight. We have a Christmas tree lighting and we have some carriage rides, but there's an opportunity there to expand because the community comes together and they attend. So with this funding, we're able to expand our Friday night event into a Christmas festival, and we hope to bring live entertainment and carolers and maybe fireworks and some more food and just make it more of a community celebration that's open to everybody and it's free and accessible, and that's Friday night, November 27th, and everyone is welcome to attend. And again, we are really grateful for being selected for this funding. Thank you.
Next up is the town of Raymond for Raymond Heritage Days.
Thank you so much. We're excited to be recipient for this grant this year, and excited that it was your 60th anniversary and it's the town of Raymond's 125th anniversary this year. So yes, thank you. We celebrate our town's heritage in conjunction with Canada Day, so it's a double celebration in Raymond. Sorry, Granham, I'm going to put a plug in for the town of Raymond. We had been doing heritage celebrations for at least 100 years, or sorry, 124 years, because in 1902 we held the first stampede in Canada, and we've continued to hold stampedes every year. It's a great celebration in the town of Raymond. Years ago, we had been doing a 2-day event where we had a program on June 30th, and we had acts come out from all over the community and perform, and we ran out of space to host that event, and it kind of just dwindled and fell away. And thanks to the Community Priority Grant we received about probably 10 years ago, we built a big, beautiful sports field in Raymond, and now we're going to be hosting a Raymond's Got Talent this year in conjunction with our Canada Day celebration and our Heritage Days. So it's going to be June 30th at the town of Raymond in our Victoria Sports Park. We have joined with the Lions Club of Raymond, and they are going to donate prize money so contestants can compete for prize money and showcase their talents on June 30th. And then following that, we're going to have a family dance, and we're going to serve celebratory cake there. And then July 1st is our usual our road race on the 27th and pancake breakfast on the 27th. On July 1st, it will be our parade, our Stampede Rodeo. We have a day fair again. We have live music, food trucks, and bouncy houses for the kids, and then ending off with fireworks. So it's a great couple of days celebration in the town of Raymond, and we thank the Community Foundation for this generous grant, and we're excited to use it and put it towards a community event for everybody. Thank you.
There are a couple events that are being held on the same day, so it's going to be a little tricky to try and pick some of them. All right, next up, Village of Champion and Champion Anniversary Committee. You're a little bit younger than Raymond at 115.
Hello, everyone. The Village of Champion was incorporated on May 27, 1911.
Every 5 years, our community gathers to celebrate a milestone anniversary, providing a meaningful opportunity for residents, past and present, to connect and honor our shared history. This year, we're proud to celebrate 115 years. Our anniversary weekend will feature a wide range of events, including a parade, a show and shine, pancake breakfast, children's activities, and a 5K run and walk. Our committee is made up of dedicated volunteers representing a variety of local organizations, all working together to carry on what has been a valued and lasting community tradition. Sorry, I'm nervous. We believe these celebrations play an important role in strengthening communities' identity by bringing people together, welcoming former residents, and showcasing our history, heritage, and our pride for our royal community. These celebrations will not be possible without the continued support of community partners. The generosity and commitment of our community sponsors and grant providers will help ensure our carry on our meaningful tradition for years to come. It's July long weekend, the 3rd to the 5th, so you guys are welcome to come down, and looking forward to seeing everyone. Thank you.
All right, Christy, perfect. Next up, Village of Warner and Tri-County Child Care Society for Warner Days.
You know, 2 days ago, the mayor got a hold of me. I'm a new counselor out there. My name's Dan Court, and he says, can you go to Lethbridge and pick up a check for us in 2 days? And I said, yeah, I guess I could. He says, and they'll feed you too. So, yeah, so we ended up coming out here, and yeah, this has been exciting, just seeing exactly what these people do and the funds that they support all the activities that are going on. She's going to give the real speech for this, but Warner Days, in the old days, Warner was a big town. It had car dealerships, it had everything. Now we got about 360 people living there, but we got a great ice arena. We've got a museum, a dinosaur museum, and we got half the town's old people, so it's really quiet. And so we really enjoy it. We're going to have our Warner Days, and these funds go a long ways to helping us out, bringing people in and doing things like that. I mean, we're going to have rodeos, we're going to have all sorts of things. In the old days, we used to have a combine demolition derby, but they didn't give us enough money to get the combines going. So anyways, come out on the 27th of June, you'll have a good time. Go ahead.
I don't think there's a whole lot left to say after that. Suddenly understand the nervousness that the 4-H kids feel when they have to stand in front of a room and deliver their 4-H speeches. I kind of forgot to write notes down. I'm a little bit type E. My volunteering friend over there, she was writing notes down because I think I was giving her anxiety not knowing what I was going to say when I got up here. Warner Day is in conjunction with the Revitalization Society in town. They host it. The daycare is a society that started a couple years ago. We received a community foundation grant this fall. We're opening up our first ever daycare. There's 34 kids on the wait list, and that serves Tri-Community, Milk River, Warner, parts of Sterling. It's necessary. There's a gap. So our party is all-inclusive. We're doing beer garden, kids activities. We have local bands coming. There is a car show, Lions Pancake Breakfast, community market, parade, kids games, horseshoe tournament, gymkhana, and also the grand opening of the daycare that Community Foundations has been a big supporter of in the last year. So we hope to see everybody down there, and thank you.
And the last of our Diamond Anniversary grants is for Waterton Foundation and Waterton Park Community Association for Bear Grass Day.
Thank you, excuse me. Thank you so much to the Community Foundation of Southwestern Alberta. And Caitlin's been super helpful, so thank you so much for helping me through this process. The Briargrass Festival was originally created 40 years ago to bring people together during a quiet time in Waterton, if you can believe that. While our town is much busier these days, many of the residents feel that a sense of connection and community has kind of dwindled away. So we decided we would revitalize this day and celebrate it again. There's a few fond memories of people from the town that have approached me and said, yes, let's get this going. Let's bring back all the faces that we used to see. Amazing memories of parades, light boat parades, powwows, just sharing stories of what they've experienced throughout the community over the season. So with the support, we're able to create new opportunities for people to come into Waterton and experience it again. And we want to celebrate a lot of the local history, a lot of the special buildings we have in place. We're going to reconnect through experiences like the chili cook-off, the Beargrass Boogie, which I haven't seen demonstrated yet, but I'm looking forward to that, and the grand reopening of the Lions Hall, which has gone through some significant renovations, and we've also received, I believe, a grant from the Community Foundation years ago to help with that. This grant is just not an event, it's about rebuilding community connection, strengthening our intergenerational relationships that we have that make Waterton quite a unique place. And on behalf of the Waterton Park Community Association, thank you very, very much.
All right, we're going into our rural life grants. So the rural life grants come about from a fund that was a bequest from a Pincher Creek area rancher named Bill Long, who named his fund for his uncle, the Henry S. Varley Fund for Rural Life. Bill was a classic old cowboy, and he really loved rural living, and he wanted to see it not just continue, but to see it thrive. So he gave the Community Foundation a very large gift in his will and left us a very generous bequest. And we decided, let's open this up, because who knows better about what community needs than the community. So this fund receives applications strictly for the rural community or for groups doing work in the rural community as well. So we will award these ones last. There's only a few, and I know lunch is on the table, so we're getting close. So first up, let's call up Adaptable Outdoor Recreation Society for strengthening rural program diversity.
Hi, my name is Sarah Braun-Hawley. I'm a co-founder and board member of Adaptable Outdoors. We are based in Pincher Creek and operate in the surrounding communities. And we deliver adaptive hiking, paddling, and fishing programs for people of all ages living with disabilities. Our participants have ranged in age from 3 to 99, living with a whole variety of different cognitive or mobility challenges. And I've been doing this work for quite a while now, and I'm continually amazed by how profound the impact is on people. It really is huge. And to be able to provide that service in a rural community to a typically underserved portion of the population is really special. And we could not do it without the support of the Community Foundation and the Henry S. Varley Fund. You described him as a classic cowboy, and one of my highlights of last summer was a hike with one of those classic cowboys who's been in the area for generations, and just in the last couple of years went from riding horses, working on the ranch, to being primarily wheelchair bound. And we got to go out on a hike in Waterton with him and our trail rider and his wife, on a trail he'd taken his horse and his family many times before, and the impact of that is really big. So Thank you very much to the Community Foundation, to Charlene and Caitlin, to all the board members, all of the grant reviewers, and all of the donors. Your contributions are really having a big impact, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Next up, we have Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Lethbridge and District, and the operative word there is "and District," because the work they will be doing will be in the rural community.
I just want to thank the Community Foundation so much. Support like this means mentorship for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We've been serving our community and area since 1973, and in 2019 we pushed a focus into rural programs. There are not enough programs for youth, particularly in rural communities, and we see that gap day in, day out with the phone calls that we get. So we have really pushed for that. So funds like this will help children and youth. And to give you an example of what those funds will go to, last year we received a call from a school in Tabor that there were 2 students being racially marginalized, and they didn't have anybody within their peer group that looked like them or could support them with what they were going through. So we found these 2 kiddos a mentor, and they went out to that community for 12 weeks and spent one-on-one time with them, and that we saw that impact. Relationships that we build, we want to make sure are happy, safe, and successful. Right now, we serve anywhere between 1,100 to 1,500 kids a year, and 40% of those kids are living in rural communities. So I'm really happy to say that we are making that impact, but we couldn't do it without these grants. So thank you very much.
I also need to do a shout out to Jen because she was also a recipient of the YWCA's Women of Distinction Award this year. Next up, Castle Crown Wilderness Coalition Society for the Stu Artship in the Castle Art in Action program.
Thanks so much. I'm Kathy Scrimshaw, so I am the chair of the Castle Crown Wilderness Coalition. Primarily, the Castle Crown Coalition was instrumental in developing and protecting the area that is now called the Castle Provincial Park, Castle Wildland Park. And that happened in 2017. And then we sort of disappeared, but we didn't. We've been concentrating on stewardship within the parks, and primarily that has focused on digging out invasive weeds. And so we recognize that perhaps we need to expand what we're doing in the parks. And I'm really struck by Sarah, who's also in Pincher Creek, and the adaptive work that they've been doing. And so Castle Crown Board thought we should be trying to make the park more accessible in different ways. And we have partnered with artists that are also member of our coalition to develop something we're calling Stu Artship, which will be looking at visual arts like photography, sketching, painting, and nature journaling, and then providing access for groups that traditionally may not be out in the parks. And we have a very strong relationship with the Alberta Forestry and Parks, and have developed a memorandum of understanding, and so we'll be starting that. And with this grant, it's allowing us to provide free access to the parks and the art supplies that'll be needed in this. So we're very, very grateful to Caitlin, who encouraged me to continue writing the grant in the midst of a family crisis, and we're so delighted that we achieved that funding. And hopefully I can talk to some other groups that I heard today and get more collaboration throughout that to support the rural rural people and the groups that traditionally may not be out and about in nature. And we all know we need to harness that experience in nature and art. And in a difficult time, I think it can be healing. So really grateful again to all the grant writers and the grant reviewers, the donors, and the Community Foundation for encouraging us. So thank you very much.
Next up, we have Chinook Arch Regional Library System for accessible audiobook services for rural communities.
Good afternoon. My name is Robin. I'm with Chinook Arch Regional Library System, and we support 33 library boards and library users in 40 municipalities, exactly the same catchment area actually that the Community Foundation of Lethbridge and Southwestern Alberta serves. So it's a wonderful partnership, and they've supported us on a number of initiatives over the years, and we certainly appreciate working with them. This grant, I didn't have anything to do with it. The grant was written mostly by Dothlin, and our Dothlin McFarlane is our associate director, and also our collection specialist, Heather Martin-Detka. I got to do the speech through an elaborate management process that Dothlin uses called delegating up, and it seems to work because here I am. So there has been a real theme of accessibility today, and this is another accessible library resources type of project. We want to make sure that everyone in every community has the ability to read. If someone has what we call a print disability, so unable to read either or thanks to a visual impairment or the inability to hold a traditional book, we want to make sure that those folks have access to library services in as an equitable way as possible. So this will allow us to buy some devices called Envoy Connect. That's a tactile device that also uses voice controls that will allow people to access collections that are managed by two organizations, so CELA, which is the Center for Equitable Library Access, and NNELS, which is the National Network for Equitable Library Services. It's kind of a sort of something that they've taken over from the CNIB, and so we really think it's important for no matter where you live in this part of the world, if you're not able to hold or read a traditional book, to be able to still enjoy the latest bestseller. So that's what this is all about, and thank you again to the Community Foundation for supporting this important initiative. Thank you.
Next, we have the Farming Smarter Association for a mentorship program in the agricultural community.
Awesome. Yeah, on behalf of Farming Smarter, I just want to express our sincere gratitude to the Community Foundation of Lethbridge and Southwestern Alberta for their generous support of young farmers who work in one of the most important agriculture corridors in the world, right here in southern Alberta. And navigating uncertainties is no easy feat, certainly not in farming where you get one shot a year. So with this funding, we will launch a mentorship program that will pair young farmers who want to adopt innovative practices and build communities with more experienced farmers who will share their knowledge and skills. Together, they will grow farm resilience and build better rural communities, healthier rural communities, sorry. As a nonprofit charity, we strive to support the communities in southern Alberta, especially those connected to agriculture. We look forward to cultivating these mentorship relationships and empowering the next generation of farmers to take root and grow here in the coming year. And we are very excited to do it with the support of the Community Foundation. Welcome.
I don't know when he applies next, but I want the committee to know he's automatically. Just kidding, just kidding. Next we have Fort Macleod Historical Association Blackfoot Voices for Oral Knowledge, Language, and Living Traditions.
This up slightly. There we are. Okay. Oki, and good afternoon, everybody. I just kind of want to start off by saying a huge thank you to the Community Foundation for awarding us this grant. With this funding, we have a fantastic opportunity for our museum to expand how we deliver history to our community and foster more learning about the Blackfoot people who have been here since time immemorial. We look forward to implementing the audio kiosks at the museum to share oral history about the region and offer new ways for visitors to interact with historical learning while advancing the museum's goals of reconciliation. Thanks so much.
Okay, Tony, you're up. And your first grant is for Inclusion Lethbridge Association for financial literacy in the rural communities.
Hello, everybody. My name is Renee Plaisir, and I'm the Executive Director of Inclusion Lethbridge Association. Although Lethbridge is in our name, we also provide support to anyone in Southern Alberta, Southwestern Alberta, who has a disability, is living with a disability, or their family member, and we provide free assistance to help them get what they need. Our mission is to provide supports and assistance to help make our communities more inclusive, and we believe that people with disabilities have the right to access anything that anyone else has as much as possible. That includes financial information. So we were very pleased to be awarded this grant so that we can continue that work. It's a really wonderful program. We have the assistance, the volunteer assistance of a certified financial planner, and we're planning to go to 8 communities and partner with a local organization to provide free workshops in those areas. So they would be people, people with disabilities, but they could be other low-income folks, people maybe on income support. We're not turning anyone away, and so the whole idea is that people get more information about things they need to know. So basic banking concepts and tools, long-term planning for themselves or their family member with a disability. Things like money anxiety, budgeting in uncertain times. And for a lot of folks with disabilities, these are uncertain times. So once again, thank you very much to the Community Foundation. Thanks to the selection committee. We're really happy and honored to get this. Thank you.
All right, next is CNP 40 Youth Society for Teen Self-Care.
Hi, I'm Corey, and I'm the youth programmer for CMP 40 Society. We're a nonprofit youth society that tries to get programming and information to our youth in the Crow's Nest Pass and surrounding areas. Thank you so much. Caitlin pointed me in the right direction from the beginning. She even told me that maybe I should wear something a little dressier than shorts and a t-shirt today. So she's helped every step of the way. So on behalf of CMP 40, I would like to sincerely thank the Community Foundation for giving us this opportunity to run our Thrive and Shine Youth Self-Care program that will be rolling out in September. The funding will allow us to create meaningful opportunities for youth in our community through workshops, mental health guest speakers, mentorship. We're building a youth committee at the school for self-care and well-being. Programs like Thrive and Shine help young people feel supported, valued, and empowered to grow into strong leaders within our community and give back to our community. We are incredibly grateful for your investment in our local programs and believing in the importance of creating safe, positive spaces where teens can learn and connect and thrive. So thank you once again.
All right, last couple of grants. Tabor Food Bank Society for their warehouse safety training.
So I already had a chance to be up here, so I'll try and be really quick. I just want to say again, thank you. This will support our warehouse training for our staff and volunteers, especially as we move into the busy gardening season. Our organization has a program that's volunteer run. We have about 2.5 acres of leased land outside of the town of Tabor. And so we have volunteers that go in and plant and harvest all of that. That produce is used by our organization and through our community and then sent out through Food Banks Alberta to organizations across the province. So we really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
So I know some of you are wondering, wait a minute, how did she get 2 grants? And that's because Bill Long's gift is for the rural community, and folks, anyone in our region can apply to the Community Priorities Fund, but only groups in the rural community or working in the rural community can apply to that fund, and they're eligible to apply to both at the same time. Hope that answers that question. I know some of you are like, oh, good to know. I saw that. Okay, our last grant for the day, but certainly not the year, is the Arrowwood Centennial Committee for the Arrowwood Story Historical Video.
Okay, everybody. I'm the last one, but not the least one, eh? On behalf, I should say my name, Dixie Bird, and on behalf of the Arrowwood community, Arrowwood Centennial Committee, I would like to thank the Henry S. Varley Rural Life Fund for the funds for our historical documentary video. We are doing this, the video, because Arrowwood is celebrating their 100th anniversary. So we're not at 125 yet, but we're at 100, yay. We thought that a video would be good. Just as part of the celebration, we are going to have a celebration May 30th and 31st. So yes, like Granham, come out and see what a small town can do for a celebration, yay. But we're doing a video just to remind and to celebrate the history that's gone in over the last 100 years, and just what a great thing, all the great things that have happened over the last 100 years to make our community what it is today. And our community is not too much different from most southern rural Alberta communities. And we have a great heritage to celebrate. Yes? Yes. Okay, good. We're going to start off with an interview with Herman Yellow Old Woman, explaining where the name Arrowwood came from and where the wood for the arrows came from in our area. We're going to go on and interview our very own centenarian, Betsy Brown. She turned 100 last month, so she's still able to interview. That's great. And we'll also talk about what we did for fun in Arrowwood, the school, the railroad. Again, very much similar to a lot of rural areas, rural towns. And finish off with the mayor. So again, on behalf of our Centennial Committee, thanks so much to the staff and the board members and the Henry S. Farley Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. There are a few, 4 of them, it looks like, recipients who couldn't be here today. So one was Vulcan Senior Citizen Center for window repairs, Southwest Alberta Regional Search and Rescue Society, Rescue Side by Side in a Trailer, be careful when you're out in the wilderness, Clare's Home Community Center Association for their main kitchen renovation, and the Old Man River Antique and Threshing Club, Diamond Acres Farm Museum for their Diamond Anniversary Community Barn Dance. Whew, that's actually one of our Diamond Anniversary grants. Thank you all for coming today, and I want to thank you really for all the work that you put into your community applications, for everything you're doing in your community. We are so happy that we can be part of that we can help support the work that you're doing, because when we all work together, we build a much better Southwestern Alberta. So thank you all very, very much. Here's to the next 60 years. All of our Diamond Anniversary Grant events will be on our website, so please try and get to more than just Granham and Clare's Home and Porch Fest, etc. Please join us for lunch, and thank you again for a wonderful day.